One.
All right, hey everybody. This is Noah, your host for the Ramblin Rebels Podcast. This is going to be the last podcast of the year and my last podcast ever. And I decided to do every single senior at our school. So I hope you guys enjoy. And that's it. All right, now I'm here with Amari Alexander. So, Amari, tell me, what are some of the most memorable moments at Riverside for you?
I think one moment, when we went to the Dome this year for football. Another moment in school would probably be one of our first pep rallies we had. I think that was, what was that? Lights Out? Yeah, I think I like that one good. That was a good one. The first day of school when I met my new teachers.
I got you.
Yeah.
So, knowing what you know now, would you, or if you would, tell me, what would you change about your high school experience at Riverside?
Like you're saying, when I first started, kind of?
What would you change? Or would you change anything?
I say, I would change, the more, self-motivating myself to, stay on top of my schoolwork when I was, my freshman year and stuff. So I could, just get, do better with my schoolwork. Yeah, that's really important.
I got you. All right, thank you for being on, man. All right, now I'm here with Courtney Bordelon. So, Courtney, what would you say you're going to remember the most about Riverside?
I'm going to remember the family atmosphere and, I'm going to miss all my friends and my teachers and Miss Lee's cooking.
Miss Lee's cooking. I got you. So, what would you say you would do differently with your time at Riverside, knowing what you know now?
I would spend more time, getting to know other people and not just, staying in one group.
I got you. Thank you for being on. All right, so today I'm here with Caden Caesar. So, Caden, what would you say is the most memorable moment at Riverside for you?
When my volleyball team went to the state.
Really? So, knowing what you know now, what would you say you would do differently with your time at Riverside?
I probably would have got into school more, did more activities.
I got you. Thank you for being on, Caden. All right, now I'm here with Jared Campbell. So, Jared, tell me, what is the most memorable moment for you at Riverside?
The most memorable moment for me, it has to be playing in the Dome for football. It was a really great experience walking out the tunnel, looking up, seeing all the lights on you, all the parents and fans screaming for you. It was just like a dream come true.
I got you. If you were knowing what you know now, if you could change anything about your high school experience at Riverside, what would you change? What
I would change is I would have took football more serious before my junior year and actually played a little bit more because I'd be more experienced than I am right now.
I got you. Thank you for being on, man.
No problem.
All right, now I'm here with Corinne Cascio. How are we doing, Corinne?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well. So, what is the most memorable moment for you at Riverside?
Probably coming here since pre-K 3 and getting to grow up with all my best friends.
I got you. And what would you say, or would you change anything about your high school experience here?
Yeah, I would have started doing a lot of more stuff earlier and not waiting so far into my high school career to begin new things.
I got you. Thank you for being on.
You're welcome.
Now I have Nathan Champagne. So, Nathan, what would you say you remember the most about Riverside?
Probably the football games.
What about the football games?
Well, this year and almost all the other years, we almost made it to the Dome more than once like we did this year.
Right. We
made it once already, and I'm hoping next year y'all can make it again, even though I'm not going to be here to watch and support y'all.
Right. What would you do with your time differently at Riverside, knowing what you know now?
I would probably stay up on all my work Because being behind your work at this school, you're going to be left behind pretty dang quick.
I got you. Thank you. All right, I'm here with Sophia Cruz. Sophia, tell me, what are like the most memorable moments at Riverside for you?
I would probably say sitting at the same lunch table since 8th grade. There's a lot of memories over there.
I got you. What would you or would you change anything knowing what you know now about your high school experience?
I would definitely choose the people that I like wasted my time on. You can't really trust everybody, and you just kind of learn that as you grow older.
I got you. Thanks for being on.
You're welcome.
All right, now I'm here with Tay Drake. Tay Drake, tell me a little bit about like what are some of your like most memorable moments at Riverside?
Definitely football season, getting to state, seeing all the hard work from my teammates and my coaches and myself just play off in the end. Even though we didn't walk away with a W, it still holds a special place in my heart, and definitely holds a special place with people at Riverside.
I got you. So, knowing what you know now, would you or would you not change anything about your high school experience?
Knowing what I know now, I'd definitely come here earlier.
I got you. Thank you for being on.
Thank you.
All right. So today I'm here with Amy Dewey. So Amy, tell me, what would you say is the most memorable moment or most memorable thing at Riverside that you've gone through?
It would definitely be for the play and dance team, because I'm into like the arts mostly.
Mm-hmm.
It would definitely be to be that.
I got you. What would you do differently with your time, knowing what you know now?
I'd probably start like the play sooner than what I did, because I enjoy it. It's one of my favorite things.
I got you. All right, thank you. Okay, now I have Cooper Emmons on here. So, Cooper, what would you say you're going to remember most about Riverside?
Definitely playing football for Coach Lee, making it to the Dome.
All right. What would you do with your time differently at Riverside, knowing what you know now?
Probably spend more time focusing on academics, because I feel like I was a little lazy.
Why you say that?
Because I feel like I definitely could have had straight A's, but I didn't put as much effort into Miss Mazzella's class.
I got you. Thank you. Today I'm here with
Cameron Galvez.
So, what would you say you're going to remember the most about Riverside?
The things I'll probably remember the most is, hanging out with my friends, having fun, Riverside was a very fun place for me.
Gotcha. So, what would you say you're going to, what would you do differently if you knew what you knew now?
If I knew what I knew now, I would probably try to make better grades when I first came into high school, because now I have A's and B's on there when I could have all A's if I would have tried a little harder. So.
All right. Thank you for being on camera. Okay, now I have Peyton Gilcrease. So, Peyton, what would you say you remember the most about Riverside?
The friends I made and just the times I had.
What would you do differently with your time at Riverside, knowing what you know now?
Probably like study more for Ms. Mazzella's test.
That's the only thing you do?
Yeah.
Thank you for being on. Okay, guys, so now I'm here with Dayton Gibson. So, Dayton, tell me what you're going to remember about Riverside the most.
My senior year of football, going to the state championship, and just the playoff run we had. It was a cool experience.
What would you do differently with your time at Riverside, like knowing what you know now?
I would have took everything more serious.
Like, what do you mean by that?
Like just in the classroom, in the weight room, on the football field.
I got you. Thank you for being on. Now I have Zoe Gray here with me. So, Zoe, what would you say you would remember the most about Riverside?
Probably like the activities and stuff, and like how I interacted with, the past people that went to Riverside.
Mm-hmm. So, what would you do differently with your time at Riverside, knowing what you know now?
Probably apply myself more
With what?
with like my grades and stuff.
I got you. Thank you for being on. Okay, guys, now I'm here with Cole Haas. How we doing, Cole Haas?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing well. So, I have some questions. What would you say is your most memorable moment at Riverside Academy?
I don't quite know. I mean, I've been here only for 3 years.
Right.
But, I mean, I've met some new people, and I like who I've met.
Right.
And I've met some good friends.
Gotcha. So, what would you say you would do differently, knowing what you know now at Riverside?
I think I would have tried to be closer with everybody that I wasn't closer with before, that I ended up becoming close with my senior year.
Gotcha. Thank you for being on, Cole Haas.
Yep.
All right, now I'm here with Wayne Hemel. So, Wayne, what would you say is the most memorable moment for you at Riverside?
The most memorable moment for me at Riverside Academy is probably playing in the state championship game.
Like, what about it was memorable?
Just walking out on the field and seeing all the fans in the stands cheering us on.
I got you. Now, if you were knowing what you know now, would you change anything about your high school experience?
Yeah, I would definitely take football more serious my freshman and sophomore year and, like, actually hit the weights harder.
I got you. Thanks for being on. Okay, I'm here with Jalen Irwin. How you doing, Jalen?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. So, Jalen, what would you say is the most memorable moments at Riverside for you?
Definitely being with my friends during lunch and Miss Lee's cooking.
I got you. Knowing what you know now, would you change anything about what you did in high school?
I would probably be more involved with school activities.
Like what other activities like?
Just like field day and all these extra days that we can spend with our friends.
I got you. Thank you for being on.
Thank you.
All right, now I'm here with Daniel Joey Juno. So, Joey, what would you say is the most memorable moment at Riverside for you?
Moment?
Yes.
I would really have to say just the football games and really anything I did with the band are my most memorable moments here at Riverside.
I got you. What would you say that knowing what you know now, what would you do differently?
I probably would have just worked harder.
In
got
what?
better grades, and tried to read more, really, because that's the only problem I really have.
I got you. Thank you for being on. All right, I'm here with Braden Lasang. So, Braden, what are you going to remember about Riverside the most?
I would say probably the teachers, like Miss Mazzella and all of them, because they were great.
How so?
I mean, they really inspired me. You have a lot of the science teachers who, I don't know, they made me interested. They made me want to go into engineering and the sciences.
I got you. What would you say you would do differently with your time at Riverside, knowing what you know now?
Probably join band or something.
Why?
The band guy, he's really good.
I got you. Thank you for being on, Braden.
All right.
Okay, now I have Craig Matt. Craig, what would you say you're going to remember the most about Riverside?
I'm going to have to say that the most I'm going to remember is the sports I played, especially football. That was one of my favorites.
I got you. And what would you say you would do differently with your time at Riverside, knowing what you know now?
I think what I would do differently is try harder my 9th and 10th grade year.
In what?
In just school, grades, and all that.
I got you. Thank you for being on. All right, now I have Camille Mastretta. How we doing, Camille?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. So, Camille, what would you say is the most memorable moment for you at Riverside?
I would have to say winning the state championship in softball last year. It's something we worked really hard to get, and we finally got it after being so close so many years before.
I got you. So, knowing what you know now, is there anything you would change about your high school experience?
Yeah, I wouldn't care as much about people's opinions and just focus on school because I know I just need to get school over with.
I got you. Thank you for being on. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Ramblin Rebels Podcast. Today, I'm going to be doing all the seniors because this is the last podcast that I'm going to be on. And right now, I have Deja Mixon. How we doing, Deja Mixon?
Good. Good morning.
So, Deja, what is one thing that you're going to remember about Riverside?
To be honest, I'm going to remember really the community, the school. Like, I basically grew up here at Riverside. You know, I've been here since 8th grade year. You know, I got really close to all y'all. So y'all really became like a family to me, to be honest. And it's crazy that we finna graduate.
What's one thing that you would change about what you did here at Riverside?
The way I started at Riverside in 8th grade year, I was a bad kid, I'm not gonna lie. But becoming a senior, I grew up and I became a better person at the school.
I got you. Thank you for being on. All right, now I'm here with Chance Montelius. So, Chance, what would you say is your most memorable moments at Riverside?
Passing Miss Mazzella's class.
How was that a memorable moment?
Because barely anybody can pass it.
I got you. So, Chance, would you say, like, knowing what you know now, what would you change about your high school experience at Riverside?
Going to lecture.
What you mean?
I mean, I should have been at lecture.
I
I chose to come here.
I got you. Thank you for being on. All right, now I'm here with Jerome Orenon. So, Jerome, tell me, what would you say is your most memorable moment at Riverside?
Playing football for Riverside Academy. It was a great experience, and yeah, that was the best experience for me.
I got you. Knowing what you know now, would you say that you would change anything about your high school experience, and what would that be if you would?
Actually going to school because it's unchangeable, but the COVID thing happened, and I wish I was able to actually go to school. And,
I got you. Thank you for being on, man.
No problem.
Now I'm here with Melanie Roussel. How are you doing, Melanie?
I'm doing well. Hope you are too.
Thank you. So what are some of the most memorable moments for you at Riverside?
Most of my memorable moments come from being with the band, getting to play with them, and with me being drum major this year, just getting to conduct and perform with them this year for both marching and concert season.
I got you. So knowing what you know now, what would you change, or would you change anything about your high school experience?
I really wouldn't change that much. Maybe getting into some more of the activities more, participating in them instead of backing away from them, and maybe trying to connect with the seniors a bit more on a different level since I don't really talk with them that much.
I got you. Thank you for being on.
Of course.
Now I'm here with James Tomplan.
What's up?
So, James, tell me, what is the most memorable moment for you at Riverside?
Probably joining the baseball team and then COVID hitting, and then right after we just go into playoffs and win the first round the next year after that.
I got you. And knowing what you know now, would you change anything about your high school career at Riverside?
Yeah, probably not. Honestly, I'd probably take baseball more serious, try not to get hurt my sophomore year, and try going to a different school.
I got you. Thank you. I'm here with Jesse Weiler. Jesse, what would you say would be the most memorable moment for you at Riverside?
Definitely being asked to be the senior editor at the Rebel Express.
Why?
Because it's just like something that I enjoy and I like it a lot.
Got you. What would you change, or would you change anything, knowing what you know now about high school?
Well, I definitely wanted to come here, but if anything, I would have taken honors classes.
Okay, now I have Brooklyn Williams. So, Brooklyn, what would you remember the most about Riverside?
I'll definitely remember the friendships and the family, relationships everyone has here.
Right. So, what would you do differently with your time at Riverside, knowing what you know now?
I would have played sports. I would have played softball. I've always liked watching, but I've never actually played.
All right. Thank you for being on. All right. Now I'm here with Joseph Lee Myers, one of the founding fathers for the Ramblin Rebels Podcast.
Hello.
So, Lee, what do you say you're going to remember the most about Riverside?
What am I going to remember the most? Definitely extracurriculars, like being in band, experiencing the people that I've grown side by side with, and seeing people grow into their instruments. Like Kobe Wadden used to be real small, and now he's pretty much my height. People like that grow up. I think there's nothing similar that can explain that feeling, to see you taught someone and then they're coming up to take your spot. I feel like that's the best feeling in the world. And then even other things, like just starting RE Ovations this year, I can see the doors that it's gonna open, and the different social situations I'm being put in just because of the fact that I'm in RE Ovations. The big sales that we've done, the fundraisers, they all play a part in really the high school experience in general. Being in extracurriculars like that makes high school so much better than just courses and anything else you would deal with in a normal school day.
Right. So what would you say you would do with your time differently, knowing what you know now at Riverside?
Knowing what I know now, I definitely would have done RE Ovations earlier. I encourage anybody and everybody to go for the plays that the school offers. You really see a new side. Even if you're just simply into athletics and sports and stuff like that, you see a side of the art department here, which is head by Mr. Daryl Claymore. And honestly, in my opinion, he's a genius, and a lot of people need to see his work and be able to, experience the things that he offers.
Gotcha. So I'm going to let this one go on a little longer because you are one of the founding fathers of the Ramblin Rebels Podcast. And I'm not going to be on it, so I want you to ask me the same questions I asked you.
All right. What's the most memorable part of high school for you, Noah?
It's kind of like the same thing with the extracurriculars. I'd probably say the football team is that's where my home is.
Yeah, it's a family.
But I've grown a different love for the arts over these past 3 years. My first time in the play, I didn't really think much of it. I just trying to get extra points in Miss Mazzella's class.
Yeah.
But it's a different type of feeling.
It's different. He's he's a very much of a perfectionist. So everything that you do is going to be great, and you're putting greatness on the stage.
Right.
So what about the most memorable things that you've done so far?
The most memorable things I've done? Probably going to the Dome. That was a whole different experience. It was just man, I don't even know how to explain it. When you walk out into that field and you see the big old Caesars sign on the, you feel so small.
Oh yeah, the Dome is huge. I remember even coming out onto the side and then going up the stairs.
Right.
We felt small.
It was fantastic.
All right, well, I guess that wraps me up then.
Yep. Thank you for being on, man.
Yeah, no problem, man.